Hello everybody. I'm here for day 4 of the gratitude journal spreads, and I hope I've got everything together. I'm actually recording this a day early, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I got it all together, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. So, okay, I got a couple of things I want to share with you before I get to the actual spread. I've got a little jar here that has some metal objects in it. It's got some bottle caps. It has some safety pins. It has some bells, and it has a piece of wire. And I've got it in vinegar. Now, a lot of people will have vinegar, but they'll also put some water in it, but I just use the straight vinegar. It's not the vinegar that actually makes it rust. It's the oxidation that happens when it dries and the air hits the metal. It'll rust. So I'm going to leave it in this for at least a day. I'm not sure how long it's going to take it actually to dry up, because there's a fair amount of vinegar in here. And I hope I don't turn it over before it happens. But I do have well, now I got to leave the air. I was going to say I put a top on it, but I can't do that. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that, and then we'll look at the results when it rusts. The other thing I wanted to share with you is that I use these all the time, this Scour Daddies. They look like this, little happy faces on them, and it does make you happy, because when you use these on your hands, they're, they don't hurt, but they're rough enough that like if you have paint on your hands, I gave them to my sons because they work with metal stuff, and their hands were always so dirty. I gave them to them. I'm not convinced that they ever used them, but I use them all the time when I'm washing my hands and trying to get the paint off. They don't deal with dye particularly, except for maybe down in the crevices of your hand. You might get a little bit of a better reaction from this. Dyes usually just have to go away on their own. Anyway, so I wanted this Scour Daddy, and I got this from Walmart. So that's that. Okay, so today's scripture is from Psalm 1, verse 3, that says, "He is like a tree planted by streams of water." So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do a tree. And I'm going to start out. I need to have something to put this on. So let me see what I got. I just need I'm going to spritz out some of this Distress Spritz. It's the Colors Worn lipstick. There's a lot of glitter stuff in the bottom, so I want to shake it up and get, as much of that as I can get released. I think it's pretty good. Okay, now I'm just going to spray it on this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sponge, and I forget where I got these. I may have gotten them at Walmart. And anyway, you can find them in various places. So I'm just kind of dabbing it. I'm not sure this is going to be dark enough, but I had another color that I was thinking about too. This one is darker. It's picked raspberry. I wanted to say pickle, but it's not pickle, it's picked. And now let's see how much darker this is. This also is a Distress Spritz. It is darker, but I don't know whether it's going to be dark enough either. You might think what the heck is she doing with pink leaves on the tree? But, you know, I'm an artist and I can do what I want to. So that's what we're doing. So let's see what else I got. Excuse me just a minute. This is a delusion spray. It doesn't have any glitter or anything in it. And I don't know if oh, it does. And it is darker for sure. All right, so let's try that. Maybe. I brought my sewing machine out for the first time in a while, and I covered up my pink. So we got a pink tree. The leaves are pink. I think it's pretty dry. All right, so now I'm going to take a brown Tombow. It's a Tombow double tip. It has that brush tip on one end and a chisel. Well, it's not chisel, it's just a round tip on the other. So I'm going to take this and try to make a tree trunk. I live next to a brewery, and it frequently at night I can hear it. There's you know, they'll have bands or stuff there, so I can hear the bands, and I think I do hear one out there now. They close at 10, so it doesn't keep me awake. And really, it wouldn't keep me awake. It was at 2 o'clock because I don't sleep well. Okay, let's just put a little ground here. Luckily, there was one time there was some, I don't know what kind of music it was. It was not appealing to me at all, but most of the time I really like what they're doing. And I think I'm going to need something more than that pink. So let's see. Let's see how this looks. Not much different. To try to get a little movement in here that make it look as though it's got some leaves, maybe. This is not a good example of what happens when you use the sponge. We'll do that again sometime so you can see what it really looks like. It's a good tool to use when you're painting trees. There's some purple here. Darken up some of it. fall trees don't turn pink, but you know what? Like I said, when you're an artist, you have some leeway. You can, do what you want. If you're trying to sell something, maybe you wouldn't do a pink tree, but now we need to do a stream. Not sure what, it looks sort of baby blue, but it could be gray. I didn't have everything out because I wasn't sure what I was going to need. That's green. I have a whole big cup full of these Tombow bows. I'm not sure all of them are, not much difference in that. All of them still work, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, we're going to at least pretend that this is blue. And I no, it's writing, but it's not much. Let's see if we can get something out of these. We got to do a stream. You're planted by a stream, your roots are going to get well watered. So it's right beside this stream. Okay, so I have this stamp I have out, my number stamp. It's got numbers and other things, special character things, X's and I don't know what else. Mostly numbers. It's got fractions. Okay, that's good enough. Well, let's get something else here. How about we use a dash? All right, I'm just going to take the stamp and stamp the page. This ink pad is about on its last leg, I believe. I'm going to have to re-ink it. That's good. And I have, what did I do with them? Like I said, I wasn't sure I had everything out, and I know I had it out a minute ago, or a little while ago anyway, but I had some rub-ons that I was going to use. If you see them, tell me. I sure don't see them. Well, we may have to do that another day. Oh, I think I see them now. So they are Tim Holtz rub-ons, and they're Ideology. And I'm going to take one of the, let's see, I got to have a pair of scissors to cut off whatever it is I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use, no, I'm going to use this. I want to get something that's not too hard to get to. I haven't used these before. I mean, I've used rub-ons before, but not these. Okay. Now, I had a craft stick out, but I don't see it, so we're gonna have to improvise. Look one more time. Oh, here it is. Okay, so you just, I mean, you probably all have done rub-ons before. Let me make sure that there's probably some kind of a backing on here that I gotta get rid of. All right, so there we go. And you rub it, and it's kind of like when it kind of the color's kind of gone, or it's faint. That's when you hope, you hope that you've got the rub-on done. Okay. Well, there we go. And that's pretty good. So that's that done. And I did my words, and I'm gonna put it down here maybe. I don't. I've got a paper clip, and I have some sari ribbon that I sprayed with the same color. That first one that I used, that was too light. And I sewed it on the sewing machine, then I put a rusted safety pin on. That's what made me think about showing you how to do the rusted paper clip. So, and some, other things. I tried to find washers. I know I've got a ton of washers around here somewhere, but I could not find them. All right, so we're gonna put this sari ribbon down with Fabri-Tac. I'll get my threads out of the way. I don't want to get Fabri-Tac on that. I'll just put a good blob of it on there. Put the top back on. And put it up here, since I'm gonna, put the words down here. So I need the matte medium. And the Tombos are not waterproof, put that away somewhere so I don't lose it. So they might move a bit, see, and see. A little blue over here. Trying not to spread it out too much. But I want to get all the bubbles and get the air out from this tissue paper. Okay. Now, let me think if there was, oh, I want to do splatters. Of course I do. Let's try this first, though. I always lose it. So we're going to get 2 today, and it may be a couple of days before I do another one. I just had everything out, and I thought, this is going to be on my desk. I need to move it. So I thought I'd just go ahead and record it. I could wait and put it up, but it's a little bit more right there that's lifting. I bought a happy planner. I've never been one to do an artsy kind of planner. And I've been watching a bunch of YouTubes on how other people do it. And I don't know, there are a ton of them out there, and there are all kinds of stickers and stuff. And that's one reason I pull my Tombos out because they do use those in the planners. And anyway, I'm going to give it a shot and see if I can get myself organized, because I'm not always as organized as I would like to be. I don't do stuff because I need to be more focused. That's what I need to do. All right, so let's see. We're going to do splatters. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to do white splatters. To me, splatters always make everything look better. I want you to be able to read the scripture, but I could have put that down afterwards, but I didn't, and I can't take it back up. Okay, and we're going to do some gold splatters. I'm talking to you like you're going to know that I'm recording this. Anyway, you won't know that I've done it until after I've uploaded. So let's see. I can get something to cover those words up. Okay. And we're going to have to dry that again. The scripture's talking about a righteous man or woman. Okay. Now, I think the only thing we need to do now is, when I'm done with this, I will put a coat of Dorland's cold wax on it, and it'll keep it from sticking together. But until then, we just have to deal with that. And let me see, I just want to put it one this way. I just want to put it on one page. Okay, so, oops, one of my threads. Here we have it. I can't read hang on a minute. Just touch it up a bit. Okay, so this is it, our scripture for today. He is like a tree planted by streams of water. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in a couple of days.